Okay, well, we're going to finally get around to potting these tomato plants. They look pretty healthy on the top. This one's suffering a little bit, but they've been in there for quite a while. I traded a lady a book I had for a thing of potting soil. My concern with these big bags is I think they're 10-gallon. Am I right? I think I am. And that can get heavy. So we'll see how this works out. We're not doing a tent. We're doing a little experiment that's kind of interesting. So, like I said, I'm going to move a lot of this over to my YouTube channel. But I'm going to go ahead and pot these. And as you know, well, most of you that plant, all of this I'm going to strip away. Ugh. So that just about this much is going to be on the top. So I'm going to have a really nice root system. I'm really hoping for some tomatoes. I've done really well on the peppers. I'll show you that here in a minute. And I also went ahead and brought in my black elephant ears and my orange canna. They don't survive here very well during the winter time. And I think I'd like to bring my house back to where it was years ago as far as having growing things. So it should be very interesting looking. I have, impatiens as well. And I'm rooting those. So I'm just going to have a lot of, colorful plants around the home and hopefully some indoor gardening I can eat. So let me get this going, and all I'm going to do is basically fill this up and plant them in there really deep. I'll show you. Cut off a lot of the brown stuff and get it under these lights. The black elephant ear is done extremely well under this light, and I'm going to add one more. And like I said, we're not doing a tent. We're going to use the atmosphere of my house, and it's an experiment. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, I got a pretty good amount of soil in here, and I'm going to go ahead and put those in here. And as you know, if there's not enough soil, I can always add in. Now what I'm going to do is take these poor things that have been wind burnt and everything else, and can you stay just for the moment? Okay. No, he didn't want to. I prefer these, and I also suggest that you use alcohol on them after every time that you do this, just to keep them sterile. You never know what kind of fungus or bugs or anything else that you can leave this vulnerable for. So I'm going to trim these up really nicely, pretty up towards the top. If you've grown tomatoes before, you won't distress. And then we'll go back and find out what we want to do from here. I wanted to point out that when you're cutting away, like, let me see if I can get, right in here is a good place. It was a good place. I'm not so good at this. Okay, right here, where it's dead, you want to get it as close to the stem as possible. Make sure you clean that up pretty good, wherever it was. Yeah, here it is. Yeah. You want to clean that up pretty good. Here's another one. So I'm just going to keep on going. It's going to look pretty naked by the time I'm done. Believe me, we'll appreciate it later. Okay, they got quite a haircut. But then again, we got rid of all this. The reason why I want that off of there is it's just a dead weight. And it's just pulling a drain on your plants. So, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to check, and I'm going to see if I can check this while I got you on here. Because I'm pretty sure they're root... Oh, yeah. They're root bound, all right. This is my own fault. But it's okay. Haven't you ever bought plants before and had them root bound? So I'm going to go ahead and stick these in here. Now, if you notice, I planted 2 to 3 plants. This is just 2. so that, you know, hopefully in the end I'll get 2 to 3 of them that'll be really good. I'll show you the setup that I've got going on. You will not believe my jalapenos. I am just beside myself. So let me get this done and show you, in case you've never done it before, how to get your root system under there to where only this is going to be sticking out the top. Okay, they're in their new home. They don't look all that enthused, but they will in time. I'm going to move this. I'm going to put a little trellis up. Of course, they're going to have to come down on the floor, and other things are going to have to come up. But I'm hoping with some trellis work and an old coat rack, actually, I can get this growing up in here. Now, what I find fascinating about I love these things. They're already starting to put on little babies. And the most important thing is that they end up turning black. Now, this is going to be overwhelming if you've ever grown these. And my cannas are in here too. But I didn't get to spend my time outside this year. Oops, excuse me. For reasons I don't want to go into. And why do I leave this like this? I let it get as much nutrients back into there as possible before I cut it off. So I'm going to rearrange this just a little bit. It needs one more light. That's not going to be sufficient. And I have my daughter-in-law's plant to bring in, plus a few others. And I'm going to show you my jalapenos. And to be honest with you, some of my peppers I combined and don't know what they are until they come. But I found my black jalapeno, so we're going to get that started. I'm still waiting for my green bell peppers to come up. Let me show you the rest of what I've done. Okay, this light bothers some people, but I do this. My house is always very dark. I have to cover all my windows, and so I just run it for 8 hours at a time, sometimes 12. But just check this out. I'm going to show you this again without this light on. But I have got blooms everywhere. This thing really took off. And it's healthy and it's happy. And there's 2 different kinds. I just don't remember what they were. When I got this one, it was sickly to begin with. That's why I got it for free. But it's starting to put on some stuff. And we'll see how we can do with it. And these 2 again are 2 more peppers that I was just in a hurry and put them in here because they needed to grow. And to be honest with you, it's a little quaint when I come out here at nighttime. They're nice little night lights. But let me finish here, and then I'm kind of tired. I don't know if I'm going to finish putting in everything else tonight. But I just wanted to catch you up to date. Okay, this is with the lights on. So it is prettier, but it's easier for me to see all the blooms. But look how healthy that is. Now I know that it's easier to grow peppers inside because they require lower light levels. And that's fine too. We all know how much I love my peppers. This little fella here, don't know what his malfunction is, but we're going to try to do what we can to save him. But see, they just look very, very, very healthy. Now the biggest thing for me is to figure out whether or not I want to do zucchini. And that's a pretty big plant. But anyway, there you go. And I'll catch you up some more. And again, please share your stuff with me too. It's fun to garden, but it's even more fun to garden with friends. Yes, I had to show you this ugly. These are impatiens. And I got salmon. Okay, we had salmon. Orange. This is a magenta. And now this ugly thing you see sitting here, in 2 weeks it's going to be breathtaking. I have some areas, I got some more fabric pots, and I have some more areas in the house I can put these up. And I don't know, it just makes me feel better to have living things in the house. Now, you know, if we get another cold snap and we get it like that ice storm, I'm going to have to let them go. But it's a nice little experiment for me, especially with these LED lights that pull hardly any energy whatsoever. So, I didn't really get any pictures or anything from anyone who's tried to do this on their own, and I'd certainly appreciate it if you would submit some of the things that you do, because this is for fun and enjoyment. So see this ugly thing? Watch how pretty it is in a few weeks.